I think a lot of viewers will definitely be very curious lah. How much exactly are you making now from your, from your YouTube career?
Somewhere between.
Wow. So today I have a very special guest with me, and he's none other than Kelvin. Hey, hi. Hey, hi. Thanks for coming and have a drink with me. What are you having today?
I think I'm having Milo.
Milo. Yeah, I'm a tea guy.
Yeah.
Right. So, okay, so I'm going to ask Kelvin some questions about his YouTube journey, about his life in general, because I think a lot of people have seen your videos, right? And I think they have a lot of questions to ask. So
Yeah.
I'm here just to ask a few questions, and then you can just share your experience with us.
Sure.
I don't think this is necessary, but I think you should just introduce yourself, to people watching.
Some of you might know me lah, but just in case you don't, I have a YouTube channel called Kelvin Investing, where I talk about personal finance, credit card, investing, everything related to finance lah. So I've been doing this for over 2 years now, and doing this full time.
Right. So how's your experience, and when do you actually start? Exactly when? Was it during circuit breaker? Or?
Yeah, so I actually started right in the beginning of 2020. So in 2019, I told myself that there was, as usual, like there's all this New Year's resolution thing. Then I tell myself that I wanted to start making YouTube videos.
Okay.
Then in order not to fail, I started telling everyone so that to be accountable lah. Because like, if you tell people, they will ask you like, oh, have you done it?
Yeah.
So I made it a point to tell my wife, tell my friends, so that I can no longer back up from this whole deal. So that's how I started in 2020. And I started by basically talking cock. Talking cock on
You
YouTube.
got to bleep them out.
Talking cock on YouTube.
Yeah.
Then, so the reason I started is because I just wanted to share my journey on investing and whatever knowledge or lobangs that I know of lah. And it's not because of money lah, because this morning I went to check. In my first year, I only earned like $3,000 a year.
Okay.
After making 50 videos.
50 videos.
Yeah.
So one a week.
Yeah, one a week basically. Yeah, and definitely not for money lah. It's just to share my financial knowledge. So since then, in 2021, my channel sort of picked up. I got lucky lah, basically, and that's where I'm right now. I didn't intend this to be a full-time job. It's just that my company closed down.
Okay.
And so I transitioned over.
Okay. So your channel blew up lah, right?
I think you can say that lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's also not just luck lah. I mean, 50 videos, right? Took some effort. I'm sure because I also do videos. I know the effort that goes behind it. So what would you say is some of your best and worst experiences since starting your YouTube channel?
Best okay, there's one. For me is when I reached 1,000 subscribers. YouTube send you something like, oh, congrats.
Yeah.
There's some banana thing, right? So I feel that was a milestone for me lah. Like people recognize what I was doing, and not just my mom lah. Because like the first subscribers was definitely my wife and my mom.
The people you told that you were going to start YouTube channel.
Yeah. So like even 1,000, like it's already, if you just imagine, it's like 10 classes of primary school or whatever, and I felt validated. So that was the best experience for me. But recently I've stopped looking at subscriber count because it's the growth is very depressing. I stopped looking at it. I don't want to look at it anymore.
Oh, depressing for you. Then like that, my subscriber even worse.
Like at the start, you will measure yourself in terms of subscriber and view, right?
Yeah.
But after a while, the subscriber count, it doesn't matter anymore.
Okay.
Right? It's just the amount of views that you can bring in, right? So I stopped measuring the subscriber count. To me, the views matter much more. So that was my best experience. As for my worst experience, I think it happened recently.
Oh, okay.
Like I was introducing this platform called Hold or Not. So it's a crypto platform where you put cryptos in, you earn some interest. So I did all my due diligence. I put my money in. Then I recommend to people online. I say that you can run if you're okay with the risk. So then recently Hold or Not closed down, and I think many people, their funds were stuck in there. Okay, so I felt partially to blame because I was the one recommending to them. I didn't make a video to tell them that I withdrew. I only made a post. That was my mistake. I should have made a video, monetize this whole thing, right? But I didn't thought of making a video at that time because I didn't have facts. I have rumors that this was going on, this was going on. So like yeah, so I could have done better lah. Then going forward, like all these mistakes will be my lesson learned, and in the future I won't repeat this kind of mistakes lah. Like if I see bullshits happening on, I'll definitely make a video to spread all this awareness lah. So yeah.
Right. Alright, so this video is brought to you by WeBull. So Kelvin, what do you think WeBull is good for?
I think like if you are a new investor, you're looking to buy but you don't have much money, then WeBull gives you that zero commission trade, so you don't have to pay for commission fees. Then on top of that, they also give you like fractional trading.
Yeah, love that.
So if you just have a few dollars, you can also already start buying your Tesla stock or whatever stock they want. Don't have to be Tesla. So WeBull is good for that.
Yeah, so you can actually DCA every month even though you don't have a lot of capital.
Yeah, correct.
Right.
Actually, you don't even have to DCA every month. You can DCA every day because there's no commission.
True.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so go and download WeBull using my link and get yourself some attractive promos. Right? Thanks to WeBull for sponsoring this video.
Yeah.
So, would you say because of the platform that we have, or rather you have, right? Your platform is much larger than mine. That finfluencers, right? Finance influencers are actually kind of problematic, right? Because we come out and then we say, hey, we can, should sign up for this, sign up for that. Then things go wrong. Whose fault is it?
Whose fault is it?
Yeah.
Wow, that's right. So the reason you mentioned problematic is probably because some of us are giving bad advices, right? And that caused people to lose money. If you look at before 2020, when there wasn't any Singapore financial influencers around. I think there were a few. Josh Tan, Fifth Person. But to be very frank, I didn't really watch their videos at that time. Maybe because I wasn't aware that they were around. I only read blogs at that time. So like investment mode, budget bait, those few lah. And I felt that they were very helpful in helping me start to learn how to invest.
Right.
And right now with all these YouTubers popping up all over YouTube, I'm sure that there are good ones and bad ones. And it's definitely up to the viewers' own whether they can identify who are the good ones and bad ones lah. Like if you think that I'm bad, then obviously don't watch my video.
That's why I think most of us always say for entertainment only, right? Don't kind of take our advice seriously.
Actually, like that's the thing, right? Even though I say that I'm for entertainment, I always like try to give the best of whatever I know. And the entertainment is probably the part that makes people stick around. That's all. But I'll still see myself giving real non-financial advice. You get what I mean?
Right.
Like,
So
you don't pay me for my service, but I try my best to give you that kind of service lah.
So of course it's advice that's financial, but it's not like personal financial advice,
so,
right? Because you can't possibly know each and every one of their circumstances, then recommend something.
Yeah. So that disclaimer thing, that this whole is entertainment thing, I put in is because my friend asked me to put in. That's all. Like initially I didn't even want to put in because I feel that it make me feel very not genuine or whatever. Because the reason I put in is so that the reason I started YouTube is to share my knowledge lah. And definitely I'm not a pro in this. Otherwise I won't be doing YouTube. I'll be teaching courses already. So I've shared. Then it's the viewers' own judgment to make already lah, whether this is good advice or bad advice. And yeah, so I think both are to blame if ever a mistake happens. Like if I give bad advice, I would reflect upon it lah. But the viewers, you can't just, because in the end the viewers, they have to click the button themselves, they have to decide for themselves. It's their own money. Like if you make money, you wouldn't even give me commission, right? But if you lose money, how come you are coming back to blame me for this? So I think both are to blame lah for this whole thing.
Yeah, fair enough lah. I think we are as content creators, we just create content that we want to create, right? Like we want to give certain advice, want to give our own point of view. That's up to the viewer or reader to decide for themselves whether or not want to listen to advice lah.
Correct.
Right? Well, they can't hold us responsible because we don't know their circumstances. Yeah. Okay.
Correct. Yeah, everyone have different circumstances lah. Like if you can't take crypto risk, then just stay away from crypto lah.
Yeah. Like
if you go in, then if you crash, everyone is at fault lah. Yeah, that's what I feel.
Okay, so why do you think your YouTube channel became so popular? Right, you spent a year to get 1,000, right? Then you blew up in, I think, over 6 months. It grew a lot, right?
I think so. I think like it's at the 1.5 years mark. I reached 20,000 subscribers. As to why, I don't know that. Why? Why do you, as a viewer,
Algorithm.
I think like there's one trick that I use. I try to improve one thing per video. And like if you check my first video compared to the end of the first year video, there's a very big improvement. But between videos you won't see because it's not very obvious.
Okay.
Then if you drag forward to right now compared to the first one, okay, I have more white hair, but everything I speak much more smoothly. The edits are much better and whatever lah. So I think that's the first thing that I did. I try to improve one thing per video. Then the second thing is that in the middle of about the 10-month mark, I started to realize that personality matters very much. Like there's a reason some YouTubers never really pick up, while others blew up, like maybe Mr. Beast or Graham Stephan and Greg. Because I think that is because they showed their personality, and I think people felt very relatable to them. Yeah, so I think I suspect that's why people felt relatable, and so they started watching my videos.
So people relate to you because you eat cai fan.
Yeah, that cai fan thing is
I also eat cai fan.
it's
Never
not
blow up.
fake, right? So that's how I eat. So I eat very frugally.
Okay.
I live very modestly. I guess that's why people related to me and started watching my videos lah.
Okay. So would you worry that you will lose your relatability, let's say, because now YouTube money, not too bad, right? I mean, not just YouTube lah, everything else. Right. Then your lifestyle is also very different from most people who work a 9 to 5 job.
Serious? Yeah. Actually, my lifestyle is still the same as last time. It's just that I work a lot more than last time, that's all.
Work a lot more from last time?
Yeah, like last time it's the 9 to 5 job, right?
Yeah.
But now it's like a 12-hour.
12-hour.
Yeah, then about that relatability, that's one thing that I'm wondering about. Like, okay, YouTube pays. It's not a secret that YouTube pays a lot more than their job, right?
Okay.
Like
I don't know about that yet lah. I haven't experienced that myself.
Okay, like if you see any, just look at any influencers,
right.
Singapore influencers, all the 小妹妹, they are easily earning like $1,000 per post.
Okay.
So if you do this long enough, obviously the money that you have is very substantial. Like probably the 小妹妹 is going to earn 5 years amount, which a normal person is going to work their entire lives. It's that kind of difference lah. Okay. So for me, I suspect I will also reach that kind of level. And after that, will I reach that relatability? I suspect some part. Like obviously I'm going to use the money for something. Maybe it's to buy a house. Maybe it's to
buy Tesla.
Travel a lot. Tesla, maybe. I don't know yet. That one I don't know yet.
Okay.
So definitely I will improve my lifestyle a bit lah. Like right now I'm looking like a dog. I might hire a maid, a helper to help me clean stuff, so that after a while the distance between me and my viewers will grow, right? But that's unavoidable lah, because in the end people will tell me like, oh, you have to live your life, right? You only live once.
Okay.
So I think I will still try to live modestly lah. Like I keep my spending low. I'm definitely not into cars or branded stuff. Not my style. But I will still treat myself to vacations, one nice food once in a while, or even buy PS5, right? Just be on my mind. So yeah, I will still be myself, but just a bit richer.
So you say you spend 12 hours. I think your video you mentioned you spend 13 hours a day.
Yeah.
So is that Monday to Sunday?
No. Monday to Friday.
Monday
so on Sunday I add on. Saturday, Sunday I add on another 5 hours. So yeah.
Oh, what do you do in those 13 hours?
So like I wake up at 5 a.m. nowadays. Then I
5 a.m.
answer,
Wow.
Then I answer emails, whatever. Then I start researching for topics by 9 or 10 a.m. Then I start planning my videos all the way until 5 p.m. Then I start filming. Then after that editing, and that's the entire day gone. So that's my entire day lah. And everything I'm repeating this and I don't know when is it going to stop. Yeah.
I see. I think in your video you also mentioned something about burnout, right? I guess if you're working 13 hours a day on the same thing, right, you will definitely have some burnout. So have you felt that really, like, or just describe your experience burning out?
I think that's something like, okay, if you look at marathon runners, right, they're running 42 km. If you keep on running, right, you won't really feel tired. But the moment you stop, right, you find it very hard to pick it up. So to me, right now, I am constantly working, and I haven't really feel that burnout yet. That's a bit. But the moment I sleep, I wake up. Oh, okay, everything is refreshed. It's like those Final Fantasy games, right? You sleep, wake up, the HP is full.
Full HP, yeah.
So as for burnout, right now, not so much. But if I do take a vacation, I stop, right? I find it the first few days is very hard to pick back up my pace. So I don't know.
So the key is don't stop.
Yeah, don't stop. I won't stop. The proud thing is I didn't miss posting ever. So I was very proud of that. In fact, I increased the amount of videos I put out per week. Wow. Right now it's 4 videos. I intend to go 7.
Okay, I got to learn from that because while I maintain, I think more or less 2 videos a week, but there are some weeks really cannot.
Yeah, so that's the other thing, right? Passion can only take you so far, right? I'm sure that you started this whole thing is because you wanted to share stuff with people. You got that.
No, I want to make money.
Okay.
I mean, of course, they're interested also.
So at the start, there's no money, right? So it's definitely 100% fueled by passion. So when the money part comes in, it will feel some percentage, probably 50% is fueled by passion, 50% is to chase money. For me, right now it's half for me. Money is half, passion is half. But if I earn more, obviously the motivation to do is a lot more lah. So that's how I feel my motivation now.
Okay, so you mentioned about money. I think a lot of viewers will definitely be very curious lah. How much exactly are you making now from your YouTube career?
Actually, you don't have to guess lah. You are more or less able to estimate it based on there are public data available. Like if you check Social Blade, right, you can see how much views I'm getting.
Okay.
And what is the amount that I'm earning. But that one is a bit off. It's because they are using the wrong multiplier. They call it CPM lah. So there's click per mile or cost per mile. Yeah. So that's a multiplier lah. For YouTubers, the multiplier is 20. But if you see on Social Blade, it's only 5. So something like Banana, NOC, even though NOC is not around anymore. NOC is around 10. So unless YouTuber can earn double of that, giving the same amount of views lah. You can sort of guess what I'm earning from YouTube. So last year I shared that I earned 20k from YouTube, my day job, options, whatever. So now that I lost my day job, which is a blessing in disguise because I have more time to do YouTube now. So I earn more. My peak was in November. I can just give you a range. It's somewhere between 30 to 70k.
Wow, that's a wide range, 30, 70k. Take half, 50k.
Okay, whatever. That's the range, 30 to 70k at that time. But
so your best month?
That was my best month,
okay.
Yeah. Then, the market crash came. Advertisers pay lesser for ads. And you can see that through Google's earnings, right? Their ad revenue dropped. So our ad revenue dropped also because Google takes about 45% of our pay. So drop. It has already dropped by half of the peak. So that's how volatile it is on my income. Yeah. But definitely YouTube pays a lot more than my day job lah, because it's a risk to reward thing, right? The more effort you put in, the more money that you can earn. Then if you didn't make it, then okay, too bad. You will always get a very low amount. But if you make it, then you earn a lot more lah. So so that's my range lah. Somewhere between 30 to 70 at my peak.
Just to share something that I don't think I have shared with anyone is that I think I started YouTube because I saw your video talk about how much you made, and then I realized we started around the same time. As in, I started my blog in January 2020.
Right.
So that was when your YouTube channel started, right?
Right.
And then when you talked about the video, I was like comparing to my earnings. I was like, wow, YouTube, good. YouTube very good. So I joined you.
I suspect many finance YouTubers started because they watched my videos.
Mm.
Like quite a few of them contacted me and say, "Hey Kelvin, I quit my job. I quit my job. I want to do YouTube because somehow they see that I can do it so well. They want to copy lah." Then I say, okay, just try lor. I give them a few tips or whatever. But now most of them are already gone. Obviously, it's not as easy as
it's not easy. Because you quit after you had a more stable channel, right?
Actually, I didn't even intend to quit. I intend to quit end of this year actually.
Okay.
It's just that my company closed down last year, so I have no choice but to stop doing.
But no choice but to earn 35 to 70k.
Okay. Yeah, so it's the risk to reward thing if you can work. But actually, there's one thing I realized. If you divide the number of hours, right, I might be earning lesser than people who are working a full-time job. Like I'm working like 70, 80 hours around there right now.
Okay.
If you divide it, right, and you divide over the 3 years that I've been doing YouTube, right, my total pay is still lesser than a normal job. That's what I think.
But now it's on the upward trend?
No, downward trend since November.
Because too many finance content creators coming in.
Yeah, I welcome them to come in. Like obviously you are a new finance creator.
We started same time, but my YouTube is of course newer.
yeah. I mean the YouTube part, right?
Okay.
So I always encourage people to come. I'll give them tips. Like if you want to interview, I will try my best to help them. So yeah, the more the better, I feel. It will be better for the Singaporeans if there were more finance YouTubers. That was what I feel.
Okay, so let's move on to more, I think, personal finance things. What do you think is your investment philosophy? I think it used to be very Tesla, very arcade, right? Crypto, a lot of things that I don't touch. So can you describe your philosophy when it comes to investing?
Okay, first of all, I follow the DCA rule. This one is never changing. No matter times are up or times are down. There are some influencers that tells you to DCA when it's going up, but tell you to stop buying when it's going down. It doesn't work that way. DCA is both ways, okay? Okay. That's my first principle. Then my second principle is a bit different from other people. While people research about companies, right? They go very deep into companies. For me, I rely on the research of other people. Like I read articles that from a more pro people, like obviously for Tesla, I learned from Chicken Genius. I learned from Dave Lee. They are the pros. No matter how much I look into it, I will never be able to look as deep as them. So I rely on their research for that. Even for stuff like Google or this, I will always check out what other YouTubers are saying about this stock. So that's my second part. I rely on research of other people. Then with that research, I form my own opinion, due diligence basically, because in the end it's still my own money. So I have to be very sure that what he's talking about makes sense, not just talking cock. Like, just an example, I'm not shooting Chicken Genius or whatever. He was talking about Nano. Okay. Many people bought Nano because of him. That's the truth. So, but when I look into it, then I do my own due diligence also. I realized that Nano may not be as good as what he says. Maybe because Nano needed more community to pick up. Yes, it's true that Nano is good at solving probably the trilemma problem or whatever. But if it doesn't have the community, then it can't pick up. So that's why I didn't buy into Nano. That's the third part. I rely on other people's research and I do my own research at the same time to form my own opinion. So these are the three principles that I'm using right now. And probably the last one is just to keep learning. Like at the start, like you said, at the start I was all in Tesla. This influence came from Chicken Genius.
So blame him.
Not really blame him. I'm very sure, right? At the time, if anyone who started investing during that time, a lot of them will have followed him to buy Tesla.
Yeah.
So that's where you have to obviously start from somewhere. So he's a good starting point. Then after that, you keep evolving. Like the more you learn, your strategy will keep changing. But if you keep sticking at the same place, right, you won't be able to improve yourself. So that's my philosophy. I have to keep improving. So I started with dividend investing. Then I realized that it's not enough to achieve FIRE. Then I changed to index investing. Then I realized it was still too slow. Then I changed to growth investing. Okay, then I realized, okay, growth investing suits my style. Then I keep continuing along this path. But what is the stock doing there? If I'm holding for 20, 30, 40 years, it's not doing anything. So I add on selling options into this. Then I add on. Then right now it's just growth stocks and options. Okay. Then somewhere along this year, somewhere along this year, I started talking to a lot more YouTubers. Then I realized that I shouldn't all in into Tesla.
Okay.
Because like if you are working at a full-time job, how come the stock is earning more than your day job? Something must be wrong.
Right.
And you're not a full-time trader also. Something must be wrong. And that's the reason why Warren Buffett, all the pros are not doing it. But you are doing it. Are you the pro? Or are they the pro? So maybe they know a bit more than you. So if they say diversifying is better, then I will listen to them. So I've added that into InnoVivo. So I'm buying growth stocks, selling options, and diversifying at the same time.
Right.
So currently that's my investing strategy. But next year probably I will add another new thing in also. I don't know. Right. Yeah, so that's that.
So it seems that actually your risk appetite is quite large. Because I think I know a lot of people, right, they don't even put money into stocks. Or, like even dividend stocks, which we think is boring, they don't even want to touch. They will just put into fixed D, those kind of things. But on the other hand, you're going not only into growth, you're going into like options and all, cryptocurrency.
Right.
Yeah. So where do you get this kind of very large risk appetite from?
Okay, so like people avoid risk because they don't want to lose money, right? Like then if you compare it to something like crossing a road, people say that crossing a road is dangerous if you cross blindly. But if you can look left and right, see that there's no car, then you can cross safely. So I think that's the same thing for investing. Obviously, if you are investing like an ape, you should expect to lose money. And I think all my investments are based on research. I know that there's a minimum value that people are willing to pay for companies like Tesla. Obviously, there's the same for dividend stocks, right? If you throw in a bad dividend stock, people are not willing to pay money for it. You are going to lose money. So I think for growth stocks, that's the same. People feel that growth stocks are much higher risk because it's much more volatile. But for me, my investing horizon is very long, 20, 30 years, and I'm not using the money right now. I just spread it. Zoom out then I will see that it's going up if it's a good investment. So to me, the fluctuation risk is not there. It's not there at all. So that's the fundamental risk gone. Fluctuation risk gone. The risk is higher obviously, and that's because I've done all my research on it. Like if I'm spending 13 hours on making a video, I'm definitely spending some time looking at the stocks also I will monetize some of it So risk is high maybe. I think to normal people who have no time to do the research, definitely the risk is there because you don't understand what you are buying. Then in that case, just go for ETFs ETFs like WeBull, SCSPS, the S&P 500 ETF give you already 10% return. Something like QQ gives you like 20% return in the past few years. I think that's good enough for most people.
Most people, they'll say, no, Singapore savings bond. Or fixed D. I don't want to lose money.
And that's the other thing. Like, if you think a bit deeper about money, right? Money is basically bought by time. Okay. You work for money. So you're spending that 40 hours a week to buy your time. To me, I feel that the risk of not doing anything, of just all in into Singapore savings bond, the risk is very high because that guarantees you to work until 65 years old. So that's the risk. That's the risk that you have to take. It might not even let you retire by 65. You have to rely on your kids already by that time. So that's the risk that you are taking by not doing anything. So in order to reduce that risk, you have to invest into something like dividend stocks, ETF, growth stocks, whatever. So everything has different kind of risk. You just stay at home. If you lie on your bed, that's also risk also, right? Someone is going to maybe there's cash fire or whatever. Yeah, so whatever you do, there's a risk. But as soon as you understand how to overcome that risk, I think the risk is not high at all.
So between crossing a road and let's say like skydiving, of course there are still like in between there are a lot of different kinds of like taking a car, right? We don't avoid taking a car even though the accident rate. I mean there is a chance of accident.
But with little, you understand the risk. You wear a seatbelt, right? That's your stop loss. So for investing, right, the reason I don't all in into one stock is because I can't afford to lose everything. But with that being said, I'm still doing to normal people I'm still doing slightly higher risk stuff, like you say, options, whatever. That's because even if it goes to zero, my income can quickly refill the entire portfolio within maybe 5 years or whatever.
Okay.
So so that's the risk I'm taking, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, the risk of losing everything. Even though that it's not that good. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we can move on to the last few questions already. I think money, right? Money seems like a very big part of your life. I mean, my life as well. We make it our content, our jobs even. So what does money actually mean to you?
Actually, money is on everyone's mind every day. Like the moment you wake up, you think of going to work. That's to make money, right? Then you go and buy food. You're always thinking like how to save money on this. How much does this cost? So to me, money. The purpose to me to earn money is, like I said earlier, is to buy my time, which is to achieve financial independence, retire early, whatever. And the price tag of it is about $1 million for me to buy my freedom. Obviously, if you are going to spend a lot of money, maybe $1 million is not enough. So to me, money is to buy my freedom first. So that's the first goal. Then the next part is to start chasing my dreams. I've all the bucket list of the things I want to do, like travel the world. Obviously, I'm not going to just travel to Japan and come back, or Taiwan and come back. There are a lot more countries that I can go to. So that's my second part. Keep ticking off all my bucket list.
Need to clock more miles.
Watch your videos. Sign up with your credit card link. So to me, money is a tool for me to chase my goals, to satisfy all my needs before I die. Yeah.
Okay, so now that you have found success on as a YouTube personal finance channel, right? Are you venturing into any other opportunities? Because I'm sure people come knocking, say, "Hey, Kelvin, want to do this business or do that?" Sure, have one, right? Yeah. So have you ever thought of venturing into other ventures?
Okay, I need to clarify. I haven't found success yet.
Really?
I think maybe you just view it that way is because I managed to go full time, but I'm comparing myself to people who have 1 million subscribers. To them, I've just a drop in the ocean, so I've nowhere near their success. But I still want to try lah. Okay. Then so venturing part, right? Yes, but it's all on my own stuff. It's not on other people's stuff. I've like I said, a lot of business opportunities which I turned down. So for me, I want to maybe create a second channel just to talk cock lah. Then maybe a gaming channel where I can monetize my own gameplays. Then I also want to create a course on how to start a YouTube channel. Basically diversify lah, because right now I'm all into YouTube, which is not a good thing. If the trend shifts, I'm going to die. So yeah, I have all these plans. Then I also want to improve my investing skills by learning more option strategies. Right now it's not enough. I'm definitely hungry for more knowledge. So let's see how.
Okay, so the last question, right? Do you have any parting words of advice to people who just want to have a more financially comfortable life?
Wow, comfortable life.
Financially comfortable.
So like, obviously, if you just quit your job, go live back with your parents, you're definitely going to have a comfortable life also lah.
Financially comfortable. Okay, so maybe comfortable. That means I want to have a lifestyle.
I think you're talking about personally independent without relying on your parents lah. Okay.
So maintain a certain lifestyle quality, but not be so stressed out about money all the time.
I think it's to know what you really want lah. Like if you want a condo, you want to live in a landed property, then you just have to work hard for it. But
Right.
if you want to live modestly, you are okay with the HDB life, then maybe you don't have to work as hard. Then you have more leeway, more money to do other stuff that you like starting a business. I'm sure a lot of people just want to work for money, right? Maybe then you can spend more time going for vacations or whatever. But I think the goal is to know what you really want and work towards that goal. Maybe it's through investing or buying lottery. Or even the lottery is a bad idea. So it's through investing, definitely. So just know what you want, then do all the steps to get there.
Okay.
See you big.
See very big. Yeah. I mean, but everybody knows this lah, right? It's just whether you want to practice or not.
That's the thing. Everybody knows this, but not many people is taking the steps to go there because they don't know the exact steps. The exact steps is know what you want. Once you know what you want, then you can start planning towards there. Yeah.
Okay, so thanks so much, Kelvin, for coming to share your wisdom and experiences and having a drink with us.
Yeah.
Right. So remember to drop a like, subscribe to my Telegram, and I'll see you next video.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay, yeah. Wow, shag. Sorry, very long.